We have 2 more laws of success to deal with, and then we'll have covered the 7 spiritual laws of success. And once we begin to culture these laws of success in our awareness, in fact, I would suggest that every day you might want to put your attention on just one law. So you could make Sunday the day of pure potentiality, Monday the day of giving, Tuesday the day of karma, and so forth. Wednesday, the law of least effort, and then intention and desire, and so on. Then you'll find that soon this will be just the way you think and act and behave, and spontaneously you will be finding success in all areas of your life, not just material, but as I said earlier, spiritual and psychological and emotional, and it'll be so easy and effortless. So let's talk about the remaining 2 laws. The 6th law is the law of detachment. I'd like to read to you again from an ancient text, the Mundaka Upanishad, speaking of the law of detachment. The Upanishad, which is an ancient sacred text of the Vedic tradition, says, like 2 golden birds perched on the self-same tree, intimate friends, the ego and the self dwell in the same body. The former eats the sweet and sour fruits of the tree of life, while the latter looks on in detachment. What does that mean? We have two centers of being simultaneously operating in us all the time. Coming back to that diagram, one is the ego, which is our state of object referral, where we are viewing ourselves through the eyes of others. The ego lives in fear always, because all its actions are in anticipation of response, and it's always wondering, is this right, is this wrong, what will be the reaction if I do this? It's fear. It's wounded. And the spirit is that part of ourselves which is beyond that mask of the ego. The ego is where time is also manufactured. The spirit is timeless. It's that timeless factor in the midst of every experience. When your internal reference point shifts from the ego to the spirit, then spontaneously you become an alert witness to your own self. You become an alert witness to your own self, and in that alert witnessing there is detachment. There is detachment. You recognize that you're not the roles you're playing. That in fact, it may be our destiny to play an infinity of roles, but we are not the roles we are playing. I'm playing the role right now of this fellow who writes these books and gives these lectures. But is that me? Because as soon as I finish this, I'll go home and probably call my son in New York City, and then I'll be playing the role of a father. Perhaps tomorrow I'll call my father in India and I'll be playing the role of a son. Call my wife, play the role of a husband. Call up a patient in the past and play the role of a doctor. These are roles I'm playing. When I become alert to the fact that I'm playing these roles and stop identifying with the roles I'm playing, then in that very alert witnessing, there is the spontaneous detachment which creates for success. And everybody is being brought up to believe that you've got to get attached to your goal. The answer is no. You have to have the goal, but you have to have detachment as well. It means that you have to be process-oriented, not outcome-oriented. It means that I'm walking this road because I want to get there, but if I didn't get there, it does not matter, because this is the road I want to walk on. And as I walk this road, I feel joy and exuberance and exhilaration and ecstasy. That's what detachment is. So, in detachment, there is the wisdom of what can only be called uncertainty. Uncertainty is very freeing, because uncertainty creates freedom from our past. What is the past? The past is the prison of the known, the prison of past conditioning. If life was full of certainty all the time, you would be a prisoner of that. In fact, most people are prisoners. It's dull, it's boring, it's mundane, it's trivial. In our willingness to step into the unknown, we are actually stepping into the field of all possibilities. We are surrendering ourselves to the creative mind that orchestrates the dance of the universe. We are stepping away from fear and insecurity. The need for certainty is just the need for security, which is based on our past. So it is not the unknown that we need to fear. It is the known that we need to fear, if there is anything to fear. If you want to apply the law of detachment then to your life, you have to say, today I will commit myself to detachment. I will factor in uncertainty as an essential ingredient of my experience today. The more uncertain this day, the more joy it will create for me. In fact, last year on New Year's Eve, when we were celebrating with our family, as we do every New Year's, the whole family gets together. My children have heard this for a long time. We've been brought up on this knowledge. After we celebrated, we all take a few minutes to silently, in our own consciousness, examine our wishes and our dreams for the new year. So I saw my son was taking a long time, and finally when he opened his eyes, I said, Gautam, what did you ask for? He said, I asked the creative mind of the universe to make this year even more uncertain than last year. Because we had so much fun.